Hey guys, it's Jess and welcome back to my channel, A Card Day's Work. Today is an exciting video because I am collaborating with my friend Courtney Kreeber on her 25 Days of Christmas card series. She's doing a ton of card videos, 25 to be exact, and today I am fortunate to be collaborating with her. We decided to both use Simon Hurley Create products to create our Christmas cards for today, so I'm super excited about seeing how hers turns out as well. I'm going to leave a link to her video down in the description below so that you guys can be sure to check out her channel. If you're not already following and subscribed to her channel, be sure to do that. She is an amazing artist and super talented. You will not regret it. To get started with my card today, I am going to be using these Simon Hurley dye ink pads to do my ink blending on some white cardstock. If you're interested in any of the supplies that I'm using today, I will have everything linked down in the description box below, so be sure to check that out or ask any questions that you have in the comments. The colors that I'm using here are Minty Fresh, Clear Skies, Remember Me, and Midnight Snack. So a good variety of sort of like greenish blues to dark blue. The Minty Fresh is obviously a little bit more green, but I thought it still fit the color palette here. Just cleaning up my work surface, and then I'll be ready to go ahead and splatter on the background. So you can see I just spray water directly into my hand. This is clean water. And then I flick my hand onto the background to create that affected watercolor background. So it sort of lifts that color and gives you a muted result. I think it works great for winter scenes, but it can be used for underwater scenes as well. Kind of anything you want, really, but it's a gorgeous effect and it's so super easy. For the card scene itself, I decided I wanted to make a night sky and use this cute little gnome house from Gnome Party. This is adorable for a Christmas card. I stamped out the gnome and the sign as well. I did end up using the sign, but I didn't end up using the gnome, but that's okay. I can go ahead and just use him on a future card as well. So once I got my images all stamped out, I did go ahead and color them in. I used Copic markers today. It has actually been a really long time since I have used Copic markers, so I wanted to get mine out and practice coloring with them again. I have been using the Spectrum Noir Classique markers for quite a while now, and I felt like my Copics were getting, I don't know, a little lonely in their craft cart over there, so I pulled them out and got to work coloring. I'm going to go ahead and pop a little bit of music on for you while I go ahead and color, and then I'll be back with you to finish off the card in just a minute. All right, so now that our coloring is all done, we can go ahead and move on to assembling the rest of the card. I used my Lawn Fawn glue tube here, but it was a little bit clogged, so I took a pin that I keep on my desk and poked it through the hole just to loosen things up and make sure the glue could flow again. If you ever have problems with your glue, try that out. It's worked really well for me. And then I did go ahead and glue the sign down as well. So I wanted to create a cute little scene where it was a house in the snow, and I don't know, just sort of like a cozy winter vibe here. So I went ahead and trimmed down the panel so that it was 4 by 5 1/4. And then I'm going to use for the very first time this stuff, which is magical and is called Marshmallow Paste. This is a new product from Maker Forte, and I had never tried it before. I did test it out on a piece of scrap cardstock before I put it on my paper just to see how much I needed. And I'll tell you, a little goes a long way. You do not need a lot. A thin coat is perfect. It's still going to give you the same results, but basically what this does is as it heats, it bubbles up and turns into like a marshmallowy sort of texture, hence the name Marshmallow Paste. But you heat it from the back side, and it does this really cool bubble up effect. Once it cools down, it's like soft, and I missed a spot on the end there, so I did go ahead and apply a little bit more. Now I did find that if you experiment and you heat it from the front, it textures and bubbles in a different way. So where you get it from the back, it sort of puffs up and is sort of marshmallowy. If you get it from the front, it sort of gets more like fake snow, and it can end up peeling off if you do it from the front, so just be careful with that. But it's up to you. Definitely make it your own, experiment and see what works best for you. But I think that this stuff is absolutely magical, and it made the cutest snow for my scene, and I am just so impressed with how that turned out. The nice thing too is that even though it's dimensional, it's very soft and it doesn't make the card really bulky, so you don't have to worry about your envelope being like massive or super thick or anything like that. So I did go ahead and color in the windows because apparently I forgot to do that while I was coloring in the rest of the stamp. And I actually went and added a few little accents to the images with a white gel pen. Eventually at the end, I did also go through and add, like, I kind of wrote over top of the "'Tis the Season" on the sign because I thought it didn't really show up as well as I wanted it to. I also decided that the top of the card just looked a little lonely. Since all that snow was down there at the bottom, I felt like it needed a little something extra up at the top. So I put a tiny little bit of the marshmallow paste onto the roof so that it looked like there was some snow gathered up on the top. Now, if, again, as always, if I had been smart and thinking about this, I would have done this before I attached it to the card panel because I couldn't really heat it from the back the same way, but it worked out in the end and it was okay. I did also decide to use some of my test pieces here to make some sort of smoke coming out of the chimney to make it have more of like a cozy feel to it. So all I did was put a little bit of glue down onto my background, and then I peeled off some of the marshmallow paste from my scrap piece and then just stuck it into the glue, and it worked perfectly. So you can create your own designs with this just using glue and attaching the heated marshmallow paste in there. Sorry about my head getting in the frame. Nobody needs to see that, but here we are. That finished off the card, you guys. I got some close-up shots here so you could see the texture. I hope you guys love it as much as I do. Like I said, everything's linked down in the description, and be sure to check out Courtney's video as well if you haven't seen her channel yet, or if you haven't seen her video. I hope you guys love this collaboration, and if you'd like to see more things like this, be sure to let me know in the comments. Thanks so much again for watching. Be sure to subscribe, hit that like button or thumbs up if you like the video, and I'll see you guys in another one really soon.